My name is Rhapsody, his name is Lollash, and welcome back to How to Beat Slay the Spire. Oh boy.
With a super scary double limit break, double flex, scary thingy. Oh dear. This is actually real easy. This is so free. We just kill him. You know that, right?
Huh?
We do corruption, flex, limit break, bash, sword boomerang. He's just.
No clash for this deck.
I want to put a clash in this deck.
I don't want to put clash in this deck. Why do you want to put clash in this deck? It's just another card between us and the only card in our deck that does significant damage. Sword boomerang.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Every time you draw a bash and clash and sword boomerang together with flex and flex, you're gonna feel so happy. Imagine the joy you're gonna feel, Rhapsody. So the main barrier to putting a clash in your deck is drawing it and not being able to play it. That will never happen in this deck. Literally never happen. Unless, you know, dazed or whatever.
Yeah, because there's enemies in this deck that put dazed into your deck rather than your discard pile, and enemies on this floor that put burns into your deck rather than your discard piles, so they do fuck your first clash. If that wasn't true, I'd be more likely to take it.
It's a pre-upgraded zero-cost attack that you can follow up with, like, on a bash, right?
Yeah, I
like
definitely don't
bash
think it's bad, but I think it's taking a place where we could be drawing back into limit break or another flex or sword boomerang or bash. And especially this floor, we're just going to be removing as many of these strikes as possible so that our deck is effectively bash, limit break, flex, flex, limit break, and sword boomerang.
Alright, fair enough. I will yield to your judgment here. Hey, look, remove a card from your deck. That was easy.
I should have taken the clash on the last space and then just fucking removed it.
I would slap you. I would fly to the other side of the country and I would slap you.
30, that's not enough. Okay, so we have to do one hit on the backliner.
Yeah, that's right. You just... Okay, there we go.
And...
He's dead next.
Murder! I love it. I can't take another flex. We don't need it, even though it's upgraded.
No. Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it.
Wish we'd taken that fucking flex. I think it's bash.
Goodbye, bash.
Yeah.
Goodbye, bash.
Oh.
It makes me sad, but goodbye, bash.
If we see a thunderclap now, it is 100% insta-pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do. We're
Right.
full HP.
That's fair.
We can easily one-turn burst the back guy.
I mean, well, if we had the ability to direct damage towards them, which we don't. Uh-huh.
No, that's fine. I mean, Spike is dead. Back guy is dead next turn.
It's true, but we've taken a wee bit more damage than I wanted to take. Is the back guy dead? Yeah, the back guy's dead. Only just,
Yeah,
though.
he is.
Woo! And then just punish that one out of existence. Tori, alright, that's worth. Whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage. It was. Whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. We'll drop the Dex potion to pick up the Swift because we literally can't benefit from Dex right now, and there's nothing here for us.
I agree.
Hell yeah, my dude! I'm actually considering Swift Potion. It saves us like 7 HP right now, and we already have like a 3 stack.
Yeah, with 3 pots up, I think you're Swift and...
Should have done that in a different order. Thankfully, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Armaments? I think I'm finally ready to put an armaments in this deck.
No, Rhapsody. No, keep this deck thin.
Alright.
Everybody always knew that we were thin. Oh, this is a perfect...
This is
literally a perfect...
hands.
It's mostly sad that we don't have spinning top.
It is,
But
yeah.
still.
Oh man, unceasing top in a deck with in a deck with the new version of Rage is so ridiculous because Rage costs 0 as well now.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Alright, so these exploders have been reworked since the last we did an episode. They now explode in 3 turns time, dealing 30 damage, so you just stop them from getting there.
No, I just realized I'd pop the strength pot here. I just realized that we drew barricade. We have 0 block.
No, it's fine. If we can survive Orichalcum, we get to keep it for the next turn and then not have Orichalcum trigger.
I know. It's like literally anti-synergy.
No, you're right. This fight is actually more dangerous to us than the Time Eater fight because we're gonna have more time in the Time Eater fight.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Ugh.
It's really quite important that we eliminate.
I think we take 3 hits on the repulsor, prevent it from dazing us. Like, we do take a wee bit extra damage, but we guarantee that our next hand's gonna be okay.
I would kill the exploder dude. Fire, boom.
Oh, we could kill both of the exploders. Yeah, I'm all aboard that. All right, cool.
Because then we don't take any damage, and like.
And now this barricade is actually going to save us from taking damage to the spiker.
No. Yeah, it is. It's totally going to save us from the. Look at me being a genius, totally deliberately. Yeah, I'm so. Okay, we win. No.
No. Yeah.
No, there's not enough fights. If we were going through more fights, Reaper would be really good. Oh, the sadness relic.
Extra dex. That is oddly smooth stone at the start of each combat game 1 dex.
It's a great relic.
It's definitely
in every deck that isn't this one.
It's a shame it's in this one. God, I wish we had still just Thunderclap. Just a Thunderclap would do me.
Yeah, bag of marbles.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. I've been such a silly man about it. It is bag of marbles that I want.
It's not Thunderclap. Thunderclap costs energy. We just want to. Nope. Nobody. Nope. So this is upgrade our last limit break.
Hoping that final question mark is a shop. Alright, so I can't kill the Spheric Guardian.
You can 2-shot the Spiker, right?
I can, it's true.
I would probably eliminate the Spiker before he gets more spiky.
Well, the Spiker's not getting more spiky this turn, and it's also only dealing damage to our Orichalcum. We take no damage to it this turn, so I think we kill the Repulsor.
Save us from dazed, enable next turn. Sure.
Like, when you're already incidentally going to block the amount of damage that an enemy does, you can kind of just ignore it, unless it's also doing like a self-buff or something annoying like that.
Alright, Sword Boomerang, be a hero.
Well,
that was
pretty damn heroic.
That was pretty heroic.
Yeah! Ancient Potion's really good for us.
Ancient Potion goes from being the worst potion to the best potion in this deck.
Pummel? We have nothing else to upgrade right now. We could take a single copy of Pummel and then just use it like a directed Sword Boomerang, but I guess it's like a worse version. Well, it's slightly better when upgraded. But it does exhaust.
Yeah, we could. We roll the dice on Infernal Blade and hope it gives us a heavy blade to use.
Man, it is ridiculous that we haven't seen any heavy blades or whirlwinds in this entire run.
I know. It's actually really good power.
It's a really good power that is not going to work. Guess we'll spread our damage out a little bit because we don't want any single one of them to die super early. I guess we're just resting at the next camp as well.
Probably, yeah. We don't have anything to upgrade, so.
Alright. 1 damage off being able to dunk that Darkling out of existence.
So unfortunate.
At the very least, it only did 1 to me, courtesy of Tori. And then you two go down. Beautiful. Yeah!
Got a thunderclap. We got a thunderclap. Hey, chat, we got a thunderclap. Everything's awesome.
This is all done. Everything's ogre now. It's all ogre now.
Boop.
We will kill these two. Because next turn it only gets nuttier. Goodbye forever. Another artifacting potion takes over the dex potion, making our flexes still way better.
Okay, we rest and then we two-shot the time eater. You don't smith Thunderclap.
Why?
Why are you smithing Thunderclap?
Because we always play Thunderclap and every single one of them gets +3.
And we're at 72 health. I didn't realize we were at full health.
It's the first thing I checked, my dude. So I'm actually just gonna like drink both of these artifacting potions right now. That's a demon form.
Both of our flexes. Yeah, and that's 2 flexes with the artifacting potions. Hey, does having 2 artifacts stop? Like, we just flex twice,
no,
but it only provides us 1 buff on our bar.
Yes, it only provides 1 debuff, so 1 artifacting will prevent all of the strength loss and use only 1 charge of artifacting. See?
That is disgusting.
It's really disgusting. The second artifacting might actually get taken by our enemy, who is, currently about to use a negative effect on us, and that negative effect is going to be inflicting weakness.
Something awful. You did only leave us with 2 cards to play this turn.
That's true. Well, what if it's like a limit break and then a sword boomerang, like that?
For like dead, yeah.
Yeah. I think that might work.
I was gonna suggest you should leave us with 3 cards so that we could play like limit break boomerang, or limit break thunderclap boomerang, or.
It's true, and I almost certainly should have, but it worked out, which means it wasn't wrong.
It did not matter.
That's infallible, unassailable logic. It worked out, which means it was definitely correct.
I had this argument with somebody in my chat the other day at twitch.tv/Lollash, where somebody made the statement, if you do a dumb thing and it works, it's not dumb. That is not true. That is not logic to live by.
Extremely not. I was presenting that as a sarcastic point. Let's have a look quickly at the stats for that run. So that wasn't a particularly high-scoring run. It did have 10 cards, so finally we did the thinnest deck daddy. The most important relics in that run were almost definitely Lizard Tail, despite the fact that it did nothing. If it was necessary, it would have been the most important relic in the run, and it gave us the peace of mind to actually fight the final floor. It's also worth noting, if we didn't get Time Eater as our final boss, Lizard Tail almost certainly would have been necessary, because we didn't end up with any
it definitely would have saved our life if we came up against Stone Wind Decker or Awakened one.
Vajra was actually pretty ridiculous as well. It seems really, really lax, like it's not really doing much. But behind the scenes, it is the strength that started the snowball a lot of the time. And because we had the 2 limit breaks in our deck, when we drew 2 limit breaks on the first turn, we were still reasonably started with a permanent amount of strength, with just 4 from that. Sorry?
Exponential growth is one of those things where it's like the old story about the man who walks into the rice paddy and says, I'll work for you if you give me 1 grain of rice today and 2 grains of rice tomorrow and 4 grains of rice the day after. And the farmer's like, yeah, sure. And then like a month later, the guy has so much rice that he can't store it on the surface of the earth.
Yeah.
Exponential growth is a real thing. So starting that snowball as quickly as possible is really important.
It also turns out that the Enchiridion, along with Birdfaced Urn and the Mummified Hand, all worked together to make our opening hand a lot smoother, which was super handy. Sometimes the Enchiridion gave us something that didn't do anything, but it did heal us by 2, which combined with the Blood Vial and the Burning Blood actually allowed us to play super aggressively without really feeling any of a negative for it.
I think making the decision early on to go super aggressive and picking up the early Orichalcum probably made this run work. I think if we didn't buy Orichalcum in that first shop, we get attritioned down to the point where we die before we get to the end of the game.
Yep.
I think our Orichalcum saved more than enough damage to make it like super worthwhile in this deck.
Yeah, 100% true. That Orichalcum really, really overperforms in decks where you actually don't plan to play any block. Similar for Plated Armor, although that's also really good in decks where you are planning on playing some block. For the moment, though,
all right,
that was a pretty ridiculous Ironclad run. Feeling pretty good about it. Also, since we didn't include Reaper, it's not technically a retread of an Ironclad run we've done before.
Well, we didn't have any heavy blades either. We had no heavy blades, no Reapers. Like, that was a Sword Boomerang run. That's what you got to call that, because Sword Boomerang did a lot of work. We can call this the Flexi Boomerang run. And
it's true. This is like a necessity is the mother of invention. We were using the poor man's version of so many different things in this run because we just couldn't get Whirlwind, or couldn't get Heavy Blade, or couldn't get any of, like, Offering. We couldn't get what we wanted, so we made do with what we had. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody, his name has been Lollash, the name of the series has been How to Beat Slay the Spire. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, and future, as well as all of my individual content on this game. I mean, all of my content with Lollash, and then all of my individual content as well. As also, there will be a link to Lollash's Twitch channel down there, twitch.tv/Lollash. You have to get really close into the microphone if you say that.
Video games.
He does play video games.
You're gonna be up in here.
What video games are you playing currently over there, Lollash?
I've been playing tons of Surviving Mars and a little bit of Kerbal Space Program Making History, and some Into the Breach has been happening. XCOM Long War, bit of Slay the Spire thrown in there. I've been doing lots of stuff recently. So
you're one of those variety streamers I've heard so much about.
Yeah, I'm basically like a YouTuber, except that I do all my content live because I'm braver and have better internet than Rhapsody.
It's true. It is 100% true. Literally. Now I'm sad. For the moment, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.